Okay, so if you are looking for a product that's going to hold onto your camera, be it an iPhone or even something like a Canon Rebel or something like that, you may have probably considered Switchpod. What exactly is a Switchpod? We're going to talk about in today's video, so make sure that you stay tuned. Hey, I'm Dale, and this is Live Streaming Tech. If you want to learn more about streaming online, various platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, DLive, and beyond, make sure that you hit that subscribe and turn the bell notifications on so you don't miss a single video. Today's very special, and you're actually seeing that my brother's not to my left for a change. Actually kind of like my brother by now, I think. This is Dan Courier of Creator Fundamentals, and we're currently at Vid Summit 2019, and I was like, dude, we just got the Switchpod for attending the actual conference. But here's the beauty of it is Dan's got his own channel called Creator Fundamentals. He already did the unboxing, so I was like, would you be doing the honors for us and join us for this?
Absolutely, yeah.
So tell people, like, what exactly is your channel all about, and what was your experience with Switchpod, sans your opinion so far?
So my name is Dan Courier. I run a YouTube channel called Creator Fundamentals that's focused on helping to simplify YouTube. So we cover things like how to make better videos and how YouTube works and how to kind of leverage all that information to make the most out of your channel and brand and growing your audience on YouTube. So yeah, I actually have received the Switchpod ahead of this conference, so I do have some thoughts on that, but yeah, I mean,
let's go ahead and crack it on open.
Right into it, right?
So the question is, before we do break into it, I mean, why exactly does somebody need this if they're going to be streaming?
So the idea of the Switchpod, the way that it was born, was it was actually at Vid Summit, and they, from my understanding, were looking around, seeing how people were using certain other products and trying to vlog with their cameras. So a lot of people trying to get their camera out in front of them and have a conversation with the camera, and what they saw was a hole in the market in terms of the products that people were using that didn't quite fit the need for everybody that was using them.
Yeah, so this is going to be kind of a nice little addition. Again, this is the first time I'm looking at it. I already talked to Dan about this ahead of time, so let's go ahead and crack this puppy on open. And you said you'd got this, and it has like the actual branding for Vid Summit, correct?
Yeah, one of the cool things about this one is they actually shipped these particular Switchpods directly for Vid Summit. So it's a limited edition Switchpod, if you will, with the actual product logo, which is the company that kind of that got together with the creators of Switchpod to actually plan out this product from concept to full production and delivery to the clients. Because it happened at Vid Summit, this particular one is also stamped with the Vid Summit logo.
Okay, good Lord, it is built like Fort Knox. How the heck?
It's a magnetic box.
There we go. All right, look at that. See, Dale, you can probably get all this stuff done. So
very
it's got a nice little foam presentation. It's snug in here. I'm gonna go ahead and bust this on out here. So I'll probably just zoom in on something like this, but you can see it just. It's almost like a metal resin is what it feels like. So, explain to me like exactly what's so neat about this.
So basically one of the things that they talked about is the concept of this thing is to be able to transition from holding your camera to a stationary position without having to set it down. And the idea behind this is that you're out here, you're talking to your camera, and you want to transition, and you can simply do this and set it down and then step back from the camera, and you have a nice sturdy foundation for your camera versus some of the other products that are out there. And I don't know, let me know if you want to talk about the specific competition to these or the ones people were using as an alternative that you couldn't quite do this with. So I mean, there's definitely other options to hold your camera out in front of you, but the idea of being able to quickly transition into a sturdy tripod is kind of where this particular product was born.
So this is beautiful. So let's say, for instance, I'm streaming on something like Twitch, and I've got this I've got it held out here instead of me going, wait everybody, and shaking the camera and making it look like a bad cops video. I can just literally just go flip and it's open, set down, and I'm still talking to people without even breaking a sweat.
Yeah, and it definitely, and it's interesting. It takes, it's a new concept in terms of how to set up, a tripod. So there's a bit of a learning curve on it, but the more that you kind of get, it is spring-loaded to a certain degree.
Yeah.
It's just kind of getting used to how you actually make that happen.
Yeah, so it's just playing with it. So now, of course, everybody can probably just take a look here, and I'll get a close-up shot of this. You're actually able to just anchor whatever device you want to on top of it.
It's
so
a standard quarter 20 connection that you're going to find on most of your DSLRs and most cameras at this point. So.
Right. So if I got an iPhone, I may need to get an additional mount then probably for this, right?
Yeah, and you can pick up. I mean, Amazon and other places they have a variety of $6-7 phone mounts that you can just screw right into that quarter 20.
Kind of like what's holding up our phone right now.
Exactly.
It's got that mount. So. I kind of like this so far. It's really cool. It's got the little logos on each portion of this and such. And oddly enough, who was the one who put this together originally? Big name in our space.
So Pat Flynn is kind of one of the founding members of that. It was Pat Flynn and Caleb, I believe.
Yeah.
Caleb. Is it
Wojcik?
Wojcik. And then they got together at VidSummit, having the idea of, hey, we want to make a better solution for people who vlog with their cameras, and they got together with the company Product that is actually run, I believe it's Jace Bennett and Richie Norton, and they all got together and kind of went through this entire concept, and they were able to produce this after many iterations. I believe they even 3D printed the first one.
Yeah.
It's a reality now, and everybody who attended VidSummit this year got to see it firsthand.
So I see a couple little things here. It almost it looks like I can screw something in here. Yeah. What are these other portions here?
So these are basically quarter 20 female connections. So you can actually screw things into them. So if you had something to set up an external, if you wanted to do a light. One of the things that I do, I actually use the strap for my DSLR actually plugs into a standard quarter 20 connection. So you could actually put that in here and actually hang this on your side, which is what I did. And I had some interesting experiences with the product that maybe other people didn't experience, because I was trying to see how I could integrate it into the way in which I carry my camera.
So one of the reasons why I wanted to have Dan on here was because he does have a bit of experience in this. He's actually used this to a certain extent. So let's discuss, what are the pros and cons of this device?
So pros obviously is the build quality. This thing is super sturdy. I think it
holds up to over 100 pounds.
Pat Flynn, he kept standing on it repeatedly out during VidSummit. So it's super sturdy. I told him it would make a great thumbnail if you put 4 of them and tried to park a Tesla on them with a tire on each one. I don't know if it'll hold that much weight, but I think it would make a really good visual. Yeah. Super sturdy construction. Obviously, we said there's some kind of alloy or whatever, aluminum or whatever they're actually using. Yeah. So it feels super strong and sturdy in your hand. Nice heavy-duty connection here. You're not going to run into any issue where you're not sure if your camera's secure. So you're going to have complete confidence in its ability to hold your gear. Like I said, it's definitely sturdy, and I feel like I said, there's a bit of a learning curve or kind of a comfort level to try to go from here to actually getting this to flip open. And that was one of the things that I had a conversation with some of them about, is trying to find that right balance between having this thing fly open and being able to do it with one hand, because ultimately one of the goals of this thing was to be able to actually get that flipped open with one hand. And you can see there, we have it kind of pause. We really want that to get
right
all the way to where it needs to get to. without having to shake your camera too bad. And that, that's pretty good. And I think
get some practice, we'll be able to do it, right?
Some of it's kind of really understanding how to do it.
Yeah.
And I think with a little bit of hands-on thing, you can get to a comfort level of doing that. The one area where I think there might be a little bit of improvement, and like I said, this is probably not their vision for how they were doing this, but because you have that 1/4-20, because I can basically hang this by my side and carry my camera and just be able to pick it up like this, I did notice that when it hangs upside down, and I don't know if we can, it can't really hold itself closed, the magnets, and again, they wanted to do this to make it one-handed.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe if they went a little stronger on the magnets, that keeping itself, at least being able to hold its own weight might have been a value. And like if you hold 2 out of the 3, well, that's close, but yeah, it's a very lightly applied magnet. So if I had any negatives to say about that or opportunities for improvement, I would definitely say if they made that a little bit stronger, you'd be able to kind of carry that without it kind of flinging open by itself.
Right.
Which I think would add value to it, because then, people are ready, it's by your side, you're not trying to store your gear and put it back and forth, it's ready to go, you're like this, and when it's hanging by your side, it's not just gonna randomly flail open while you're transporting it. So. But yeah, I mean, they definitely paid a lot of attention to the build quality. Super sturdy, super strong.
Nice.
And with a little bit of hands-on, I think that you can kind of get comfortable with how to open it and close it.
Hey, and by the way, I'm actually going to have a link inside the description down below, so you can actually take a look at the Switchpod and see if it's going to fit for you. Now that we've done the unboxing, why don't you see the original time that Dan actually did this? You actually get to see his virgin experience of Switchpod. So where can they see that there, Dan?
You guys can click on the link up here in the corner and check out the video I did when I unboxed my Switchpod.
Yes, and by the way, if you're already like, hey, look, I want to go ahead and check out another video when it comes to tech, take a look at these mics we're actually using. They're actually the Rode Smart Lab Plus. Go over to this video. Choose one, be a rebel, go choose his, or maybe mine. Either one.